Hi everyone, welcome to the CATKing's NMAT Daily. This is Anisha here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about very important how to boost your NMAT scores by at least 15 to 20 marks. Very important video for all of you guys who are planning to take your NMAT first attempt in the next few days, and super important for all of the ones who are done with your NMAT and are planning how to maximize your scores in the next attempt. Because if you see, the world has been getting really good scores of 225, 230 plus. So that should be your target. यार benchmark raise करते जाओ 220 भी नहीं 230 cross करो अभी. That should be your focus if you're planning to get for NMIMS Mumbai campus. In fact, I would suggest each section wise raise the bar. Your target for verbal should be I have to cross 80. For LR, I have to cross 85. For quants, I have to cross 70. You may swap a little bit here and there. Like if you are someone who's god of verbal, तो तुम्हारा verbal में 85 target रखो and LR में 80. But keep that as the target scores to achieve in all of these sections. Okay. Like I said, today I'm going to be talking about how to maximize your scores by at least 15 to 20 marks. So, the most neglected and the most amazing section which can help you guys boost this scores is actually your verbal reasoning, or you can call it critical reasoning or deduction based questions, those kind of statement, assumptions, conclusion, course of action. Because iske everybody has been getting at least 5 to 7 questions in every attempt every day of NMAT. So let's try and understand and maximize our strategy and approach towards these type of questions. So I'm going to be talking about these three most essential and most important type of questions. So please get a pen and paper, make notes, and make sure you guys get on board with the CATKing's NMAT Turbo Course so that you get ample number of questions to practice these type of questions as well. It's very important to make sure you are having a good practice of these type of questions, because this is not what is exactly GMAT critical reasoning. People tend to confuse that. GMAT critical reasoning is different. वैसे भी questions आते हैं, but 2 to 3. That's strengthening weakening argument. So we'll keep that for another strategy session. Today we'll talk about the most common NMAT specific verbal reasoning questions. In fact, this comes even also in the exams like SNAP, CET as well. So you guys can help and watch this video and star mark and keep it for future as well. Okay. First, we talk about our assumption based. Yeah, pehle to what do you mean by assumption? An assumption means something which you have taken for granted. Okay, like an assumption I have right now, you guys are actually plugging in your headphones, listening with a pen and paper and making notes to all the things that I'm been saying, right? So that's an assumption taken for granted, right? Now, what are the questions which come in? The question is always you have been given some statements and then you're given some assumptions, and the question is which of these assumptions are implicit. Implicit means something which should be true before. ठीक है, assumption is a prerequisite. तो तुम्हारी जो statements दी हैं उसका prerequisite क्या है, that is what is assumption. Anything which is suiting this prerequisite is your implicit assumption from the given statements which you have in the options. ठीक है. Now while we are selecting which is an implicit statement, some rules to keep in mind. Which kind of statements can be implicit? First rule, it should be in context. Second, it should not be something which is directly given. It cannot be a given statement. Assumption है तो it is a hidden information, right? दिया हुआ है तो वो assumption नहीं है, वो fact है. ठीक है. Third, it should always be true or it should be mandatory. यार assumption है taken for granted तो वो true होना चाहिए in all situations. कभी true है कभी नहीं है तो वो assumption नहीं है. ठीक है. No gray areas out here. Then you have some situations to keep in mind जब वो implicit नहीं होगा. So when is it not implicit? First, whenever I use statements like definitives वाले, surely this is going to be happening. Like, over exaggeration, over promising, that's not implicit. Then when we are restatements, मतलब जो given चीज है उसको rephrase किया है, यार वो तो सिर्फ twist किया है ना, तो वो assumption नहीं है. ठीक है. So this is what you have to keep in mind when we talk about the implicit type of questions. All right. Next comes my conclusion types of questions. What do I mean by conclusion? Conclusion means some statements are given, uske basis pe some decision is taken. That decision is called as your conclusion. ठीक है. 4 rules for conclusion based questions. क्योंकि question क्या होता है? statements are given, conclusions are given. Which of these conclusion follows? मतलब कौन सा conclusion correct है? ठीक है? So here we will keep in mind 4 rules. Rule number 1, it should be in context of the statements. Rule number 2, it should not negate the given statements. Like for example, कोई conclusion है जो जो दिया हुआ information है उसका उल्टा है, is not always true. ठीक है? So you have to make sure कि वो given context में है और वो positive है, उसको negate कर रहा है, तो don't make any comments onto it. ठीक है? Rule number 3, it should always follow, completely follow, always true, no gray areas here itself. Rule number 4, no rephrasing. What is the decision has to be taken. It cannot be the given statements. No ulta fulta here and there. ठीक है? Now I move to the third type of questions, which are your course of action based questions. Course of action based questions में दो type के questions होते हैं. You are given some problem and you have to find solution, or you are given some facts and you have to find an improvement to it. So this is what course of action statement questions are. Course of action का मतलब क्या होता है? What is your next immediate step? ठीक है? So in this type of questions, what we are going to do in our approach is, first thing we are going to do is check out whatever is the course of action given. Is it minimizing or reducing the problem? Or minimizing or reducing the problem मतलब कि यार profits नहीं हो रहे थे तो profits बढ़ रहे हैं. That means it is maximizing the impact in terms of money benefit, in terms of reach to people, solving the problem. ठीक है? Second step is very important, is that this course of action or solution is balanced. मतलब that should not create a new problem. तुम्हारी एक problem है, उसका तुमने solution एक step दिया, उसकी वजह से एक नई problem खड़ी हो रही है, तो it's like stupid. So ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. That means the solution should be balanced. ठीक है? This is what you have to keep in mind. Now, always remember, maximum impact and least trouble is what you are looking at. ठीक है? I gave you a lot of rules and gyans. Now, if I summarize all of these and tell you, yeah, this is very simple. First thing foremost, keep in mind, अपना दिमाग extra नहीं लगाना है. All the types of verbal reasoning questions always should be in context of the given statements. If it is talking about cats, the answers should also be talking about cats, cannot talk about dogs, right? So keep that in mind. Second, they should always be complete, wholesome, no gray areas, right? Follow करता है तो करता है, नहीं करता है तो वो नहीं करता है, maybe sometimes does not work. Same techniques will help you even in your syllogism based questions. Okay? So these are some couple of shortcuts and techniques to keep in mind so that you all can boost your verbal reasoning, because this is something which all the students have been messing up in the exams these days, apart from quants. So I'll talk about quants strategy tomorrow, but this is to boost your LR section for sure. I hope the video has been helpful for all of you guys, and you guys are tuned to the NMAT daily every day. If you guys really want to get into NMIMS Mumbai, I would suggest is let's get started to prepare. I'll be your mentor. We'll work together. NMAT Thursdays are our strategy discussion sessions. I'm planning to take a couple of more extra sessions for all of you guys. I hope you all don't mind, spending more time making your mock strategy and everything. So the Turbo online course will help you give a comprehensive video lectures, practice questions, mocks, interview preparation, everything. I'll be your guide and mentor, and make sure we are making it to our dream college, NMIMS. If you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, get on board with us in mentorship sessions as well as your preparation, and make sure you share the video with all your other NMAT friends. Bye-bye. Take care.